All right, I'm just going to quickly report on this as a general PSA. On February 3rd, we had the train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio, and the subsequent planned explosion. Now, on February 20th, we have another mysterious explosion taking place in Bedford, Ohio. Let's just take a look at this.
We begin tonight with exclusive pictures from Skyfox. Thick smoke could be seen for miles after an explosion at an Oakwood Village metal factory, sending debris flying.
Cars and buildings caught fire as crews struggled to get ahead of the flames. Our Suzanne Stratford has been out there all day long and joins us live. She begins our team coverage tonight. Suzanne?
Yeah, good evening, Lou and Tracy. It has been a challenging day for first responders here at the scene of this massive explosion, and a terrifying day for people working in this area as debris went flying from this building.
We've heard that a lot. Massive explosion. Terrifying day, like nothing I've ever seen. We don't know the cause of the fire. You'll see this and you'll hear this a lot in this news report.
200 yards in every direction, landing on cars, busting through glass windows of other buildings, an absolutely terrifying scene, but nothing compared to what was going on inside of that building here at I. Schumann and Company. Now, what you're looking at, it looks like a steel frame, like just blank beams. That was a massive, thick brick wall of a massive factory, a foundry, with this molten hot metal inside that just exploded for some reason. We can show you that video again from Skyfox when you see just how devastating this explosion actually was. The roof collapsing, the walls flying in every direction, twisted steel beams landing on people's cars, flames and fiery debris landing on people's cars. We understand it has been confirmed now by firefighters. 14 people were injured. 13 had to be transported to local hospitals with...
Look at the junk going in the air, and you're the one who needs to reduce your carbon footprint. You're the one who needs to stop the fossil fuels. You're the one who needs to stop using natural gas. You're the one that needs to turn your thermostat down during the winter and up during the summer.
Burns and other injuries. One person, they tell us, was in critical condition, was life-flighted from the scene here at I. Schumann and Company. And talking to witnesses and firefighters, it was like something they've never seen before. They were terrified and ducking for cover.
Something I've never seen. Terrified.
How I not got smashed or something even damaged. I got a 2006 Monte Carlo. Nothing. And the guy next to me, nothing. But these guys over here, I feel bad for those cars. But if you look around the ground, there's like chunks of molten lava. Just balls of it.
Just as I was getting ready to get out of my car, I heard the explosion, and debris started flying everywhere, and I was able to drive away as fast as I could around the building, but there was still debris falling behind the building.
It was a big explosion from the people here in the plant. We do not know the cause yet. That's still going to have to be under investigation here with ourselves. And
we don't know the cause of the fire. We don't know what caused the train derailment. And there was something, what was on February 6th? Look at this on February 6th. We had this massive fire at this furniture factory in Chicago on the 6th of February. And one of the things they said, fire crews responded, we don't know the cause of the fire, and are working with authorities and cooperating fully with their investigation. Look at the stuff that was spewed into the atmosphere during this thing.
Here are a couple more videos of that fire that we were flying over this morning in Chicago Heights. So is that a manufacturing facility at 11th and Washington? And just look at all of that smoke coming from that area. Thankfully, hearing no injuries involved in this fire, but crews are still on the scene. And take a look at this. This is the view as we were approaching about 15 miles away.
Look at the pollution in the air. Where are you, Greta? Where are you, Bill Gates? Where are you, Joe Biden? Where are you talking about this? How long would you have to live? How long would you and everybody in your community, everybody in your city, maybe everybody in your state have to live to emit this kind of toxic pollution into the atmosphere? But you're the one who has to make cutbacks.
we have the state fire marshal on scene as well.
So coming back here live, taking a live look from Skyfox at this hour, you can see they have been able to get all of the smoke and flames under control. Firefighters telling us there are still a few hot spots they've been working on throughout the afternoon into these evening hours. They're going to stay out here just to make sure things stay under control. ATF on the scene right now as well. In terms of a safety record.
Thank God. The ATF, alcohol, tobacco, and firearms is on the scene. Oh, and explosives. Thank God. We got some knowledgeable people on the scene, and they're going to get right back to us and tell us exactly what started this fire.
That's too fishy of a coincidence that ATF is there for something like a fire. Excuse me, what the frick?
How it started and who did it.
Firefighters say, you know, it is a foundry and they've been here before, but for nothing serious. This is a fourth-generation company with a good reputation in the community. So at this
fourth-generation company with a good reputation, and just now a massive fire broke out. And it looks like it destroyed most, if not all, that building. Look at this.
At this point, they really don't know exactly what happened, but we can tell you many people who work in this area are very concerned and worried for the people working in this building and just hoping that everyone is okay and going to be able to recover. Again, we're being told there's 14 people injured, 13 transferred, and 1 in critical condition.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like that around here before. You called it devastating. Certainly it is, and astonishing.
Nobody's ever seen anything like that around here, says the news guy. Looks like he's a pretty old news guy. He's been around the block a couple times, and he's never seen anything like that around here. But now, all of a sudden, we're seeing it almost every single week on a massive scale. It's all coincidence.
Pictures as well tonight. Suzanne Stratford live on the scene with that.
That's certainly a terrifying afternoon there. And
Terrifying.
we do know that...
Now listen closely to what this guy says.
All right, listen to this, what I was looking at, right? So this is airnow.gov. For the past 7 years, every week I have to run a generator test. So when I go, I have to come to this airnow.gov website. I have to check the air quality index, check for ozone, parts per million, the whole works, and make sure that we're somewhere in this green area. East Palestine. Right there. So we know that's where the train wreck was. Where does the wind blow? From west to east. From northwest to southeast. Right? So for 7 years, I've been doing this once a week, 52 times a year times 7 years. And I have never, ever seen, and this is where I live. You know where all these yellows are? They're bad. All the way from Connecticut, New Hampshire, upstate New York, Manhattan, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, here where I live, west and south. There has never been so many yellow and high poor air quality markings. These are all sensors scattered throughout that check air quality. I wonder why these would all be yellow. The whole East Coast is contaminated. There's no doubt about it. Air sensors throughout the East Coast. The weather that coincidentally was blown from the Ohio way. See the cloud cover? And all the rain? Now look at all the contamination being dumped down on the East Coast.
Hey, before you leave, I've got a backup channel called Here's the Deal. Check it out. It's my police accountability channel. Check out a couple of the videos and leave a comment over there. Let me know that you came over there from High Impact Flicks. I really appreciate you guys. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to this channel because I'm having a serious struggle trying to gain any more subscribers. Haven't gained a single subscriber in 4 years, and I've actually lost thousands of subscribers, even though the like to dislike ratio is above 98%. So the best way you can help me out is to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit the bell notification icon. Give it a thumbs up. Share it with everybody you know. Don't forget to interact in the comment section. That seems to really help with the algorithm. If you want to support the channel further, grab a hard-hitting conversation starting design from the store. You can put it on a shirt, hoodie, mug, cell phone case, hat, cap, whatever you want to. I'll see you guys in the next video. is there's a pretty substantial train derailment being reported in East Palestine, Ohio, they call it. And this happened a couple nights ago. It says local officials in East Palestine, Ohio, have ordered roughly 2,000 residents, about half the town's population, to evacuate. What happened was this train traveling from Illinois to Pennsylvania derailed, and they're saying that the National Transportation Safety Board is saying that there were mechanical issues. And once those mechanical issues were detected, an emergency braking system took over. But we're going to watch some of these news articles. I always question, what's really going on here. Initially, when it happened, this is like 3 nights ago, 2.5, 3 nights ago, when it appeared on the nightly news, they said, well, the authorities are saying, yeah, stuff's going in the air, but it's not going to be harmful to folks in the immediate area. The ground is okay, the water supply is okay. And now they're evacuating everybody in a 1-mile area. So let's take a look at some of these news reports.
Breaking news out of Ohio tonight. An urgent evacuation notice for people living near the scene of a train derailment. And there's growing concern there that one of the rail cars could explode at any minute, sending shrapnel flying up a mile away in all directions. No one was hurt when this originally happened. Some 50 cars derailed in East Palestine. This on Friday night. Schools and village offices are going to be closed tomorrow, all as a precaution.
Apparently 5 of the 100 cars were carrying vinyl chloride, which is used in making PVC, which is polyvinyl chloride, and all this stuff's being spewed into the air. It's hard to believe that it wouldn't be dangerous, especially if you're downwind of all this smoke right here. But what's interesting to me is that, initially they said, hey, everything's fine. Nobody needs to go anywhere. Now, all of a sudden, you can't flee fast enough. And if you stay around, they say that they're going to arrest you. And if you have children and you're staying around, then they're going to get your children. It says officials are begging residents to leave the area around the burning derailed train in East Palestine, Ohio. This, in case you're wondering where East Palestine is, here's a pretty handy little map right here. It's right near the Pennsylvania line. So there is East Palestine, and this is where this wreckage is supposed to be happening. So they're begging people to leave. It says it's a catastrophic tanker failure. It says the threat escalated as a massive inferno burned for a 3rd night on Sunday from the Norfolk Southern train carrying hazardous materials. Officials implored those still within a mile radius of the crash site to evacuate immediately as concerns grew about air and water quality. And it would be concerning, especially, with all that smoke in the air, and then it rains, and then it goes down into the ground, and then it seeps, it percolates into the groundwater, and then the water treatment plants pick it up, and then they're pumping that stuff out into the system, because I don't think there's any water treatment process to get rid of vinyl chloride in your water. There's a high probability, this guy says, of toxic gas release or an explosion. Please, for your own safety, remove your families from danger. Now, if you're not free to stay in the danger zone in America, then you're not free. And I understand, if people have children, they should probably think about, hey, it's probably best for the children if we just get out of here. But you never want government intrusion. As soon as you give them the key to your door, and they can come on in and say, hey, you got your children here, this is child endangerment, we're going to take you in, and we're going to apprehend your children, you got a bad scenario going on there. I'd rather have dangerous freedom over peaceful slavery any day of the week. The drastic change was detected Sunday in a chemical, vinyl chloride, that officials had been concerned about. Actually, initially, they hadn't been concerned about it. Lester Holt was saying, well, authorities are saying it's not a big deal, everybody stay where you're at, and it's, there's no danger. Now all of a sudden there's a danger, which makes me think, okay, why is there a danger now, but there wasn't a danger early on when there was way more smoke in the air? Breathing high